Hey y'all, it's Nomadic Shaman here. Thank you so much for visiting my page. I wanted to come through with a really brief message. The first channel message that I heard earlier on today was the feds are watching, and this is connected to the government shutdown. Now, I did come across, I think, one reader who had a similar download that I had, but I just chose to keep it to myself because I wasn't sure if it was time for it to be released. But I've been given the go ahead, which is why I am making this video. Now, connected to the feds are watching has to do with the government shutdown, and that, let me just say this, that the government shutdown and what is happening and what appears to be happening from the outside looking in is what I would say is like smoking mirrors behind the actual intentionality behind the government shutdown. Now this is layered, but I don't plan on going into heavily into that. So I'm just going to say this. Um, this ties in with two previous channel messages that I did beforehand, where one was how there was going to be like a reset, a shift, a cleanse, so to speak, where people were going to be booted out and new people coming in into those positions to bring in fresh energy, mainly due to an abuse of power. And that could be a number of things. That can be due to crime, that could be due to um, being responsible for a large number of people going missing or transitioning or selling, what have you. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down. Now, another large part of it has to do with misappropriating funds, and as I mentioned beforehand, abuse of power. Now, there was another channel message that ties into it where there was going to be a meeting of the minds for a compromise. And if a compromise was not going to be set, then chaos would ensue. Even if that meant chaos would ensue for the goal of balance. Okay. Balance of power, balance, just straight up balance. There's no other way for me to explain that. And I was told, even if that meant chaos. And this was a reading that I did back in January, I think January earlier this year. So that was a prophecy and a foreshadowing of the government shutdown that was going to be taking place, along with other events, global level, national level, state level, local level, okay, of what may feel and seem like complete pandemonium, but all of this is intentional for balance. Okay, this is what I was told. Now, one of the things, and this is going to be the last part that I'm going to say, one of the things that I wanted to mention was under the governmental structure, there's a lot of agencies who are responsible for enacting a whole bunch of different initiatives, procedures with money, with funds, with funding. Well, it's no secret that a lot of these individuals misappropriate funds for their own personal use. And they purposely, it's intentional, will steer the public off in a completely opposite direction from their intention, meaning they have certain projects that are listed, as far as bringing added value to whatever goal that they're trying to accomplish. So you're probably saying, what are you saying, Nomadic Shaman? What I'm saying is specifically, let's use gang stalking as an example. It's a huge network, which a lot of different agencies are a part of that use funding, and they present it as such in one way. However, it's used in something altogether different. Okay. This ties in with number one, ties into the feds are watching, and also ties into um, chaos ensuing for the purpose of balance. Again, the shutdown is strictly smoke and mirrors. The true reasons behind it, the public isn't privileged to that. But what I am being told is that, shared, downloaded by my spiritual team, is that everything that is happening is intentional, and the chaos is intentional, and is necessary in order to restore balance. And the other part of that is, if I were to use the gang stalking as an example, is a lot of folks who are being gang stalked across globally, nationally, because of the government shutdown, a large portion of the funds that they depend on is being cut in or reduced significantly. So they're having to tap into their reserves or find other illegal ways of getting that money and funding it. I was told that this is another part of the reason why the government shutdown had to happen, so that you can slow down and trickle the resources, the network, and the people that are that are being utilized to fund this program. Okay, because we already know a lot of government employees are laid off, and a lot of projects, funding, and initiatives are put on hold because they're not being funded, right? So this is what Spirit showed me. This is what they informed me as far as why it's needed, because there's a huge shift, there's a huge cleanse, and it needs to be reset. And mad people are going to jail. Clink, clink. Okay? Clink, clink. And there's going to be some, actually, Spirit's telling me there's going to be some or a lot of individuals in high powered positions that cannot even fathom going to prison. So they're going to take matters into their own hands. But understand, this too is intentional, because what needs to happen is an eradication of individuals that are abusing power. And this is part of the reset. Y'all, the good, bad, and ugly, this is a message that I received. So there you have it. I'll see you on the other side. Peace out.